Hello, I'm James from LGBTQ Wellness. Thank you for joining me for today's positive affirmation meditation. Today we're going to be feeling good, empowered, and happy with who we are. To some of you that might sound like a tall order, but don't worry, you're in good hands. I am averagely adequately tall. For this meditation, you can either be seated or lying down, as long as you're comfortable. If you are seated, you can prop a little pillow underneath you, which just helps elevate the hips. If you're seated, please raise the arms up to the sky and take a big breath in. If you're lying down, just follow us with the breath. Exhale, arms down. We'll do 3 more here. Try and give me a smile on that way down. One more here for me. Just slowly give the shoulders a small roll. If you're sitting, you're able to just do a small hip rotation. Ooh, I don't know if you just heard that click. If you're lying down, maybe just roll over on your side a little. Get some of those knots at the shoulders and the neck. Oh. And one big breath in for me. Now I want you to return to your normal breath. And we use our breath as our center. As LGBTQ people, it's not uncommon for us to report feelings of low self-esteem, self-confidence issues, and feeling out of our depth or not able to navigate certain social situations when operating in a cis-het environment. Maybe you are and you're comfortable in those environments, and that's okay. For a lot of LGBTQ people, they've had to navigate their childhood with feelings of being different, bringing shame on the family, not being able to be themselves in the workplace, feeling that if they express themselves, they may be subject to violent abuse from family members or in school. And that impacts us in our formative years. That when we're creating our sense of self, that helps determine who we are later in life. Whether you're just venturing on your LGBTQ journey or you've been out for 40, 50, 60 years, we've all experienced it differently. Stay with that breath to stay centered. It's not uncommon for us to have used these narratives throughout our lives that have been created much earlier in life. Like, I know I'm different, and I need to make sure I don't present that fully to the world. How do I blend in? How do I be more straight acting? How do I make myself look more masculine? Am I girly enough? I can tell you now, I'm girly enough. We need to change those narratives as LGBTQ people and speak to ourselves in a more positively affirming way. Stay with that breath for me, stay centered. Now I want you to repeat out loud or just in your head, whichever suits you. I am proud of who I am. 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 Maybe you're saying the words today and you can't quite mean it. That's okay. I can tell you when I started on this journey, I didn't mean it. But we have to start that journey. And the purpose with it does come. And you do begin to believe the words. And you do become proud of who you are. I am proud of who I am. Try and give it a smile as you say it. Say it with purpose. Say it with conviction. I am proud of who I am. Now return to your breath for me. Return to your center. Just stay with the breath here. Now I want you to try a new line with me. My individuality is an asset, not an obstacle. My individuality is an asset, not an obstacle. I love this one. My individuality is an asset, not an obstacle. However you say it with purpose. My individuality is an asset, not an obstacle. For too long, did my individuality feel like my biggest fear, my biggest worry? I'm going to say my biggest failing, because that's how I saw it. And for too long, I didn't feel enough, because my individuality meant that I stood out. And I thought that was for all the wrong reasons. I reframed that. My individuality is an asset, not an obstacle. And I recognize that now. But I had to go on a journey to get there. My individuality is an asset, not an obstacle. Return to your breath. Bring yourself back to center. Maybe you just want to realign your shoulders, straighten up the back. Maybe you want to take a breath in with the arms. Empower the body, empower the mind. Stay with the breath for me. next line might be difficult for some of us to connect with. Say with me. I will not be defined by what has happened to me. I will not be defined by what has happened to me. I will not be defined by what has happened to me. Say it out loud or say it in your head. Say it loudly, whisper it. Just try and connect with it. I will not be defined by what has happened to me. We're all in different places in our journey. Some of us are ready to begin healing from past traumas. For some of us, the trauma is still too recent, feels too raw inside us. Some of us are in the middle of a crisis and our trauma is building. As life shifts, we go through lots of different traumas. And it's impossible to step away from a trauma and say, I will not be defined by what has happened to me. But by using the words, it gives us a place of where we want to be and an anchor to hold on to prevent us from staying defined by what has happened to us. You don't heal overnight. We never do. Say it one more time. I will not be defined by what has happened to me. And return your breath to center. Roll the shoulders. Straighten the back. Bring the breath to center. Now for the final affirmation, we want to come away feeling empowered and strong and knowing that we are in control of our life. Take a deep breath for me. Fill the lungs with oxygen and exhale for 4. I want you to say, I have the power to change the direction of my life. I have the power to change the direction of my life. I have the power to change the direction of my life. Whether you whisper the words or you're shouting from a rooftop, say it with conviction. Say it with purpose and connect with your words. I have the power to change the direction of my life. I want you to repeat this out loud or in your head. And stay with it a moment. I have the power to change the direction of my life. I have the power to change the direction of my life. Now when you're ready, I want you to take a big breath in, open the eyes, arms up to the sky, look up and exhale. And roll the shoulders, rotate the hips. Oh, maybe stretch to the side, if you're in bed, roll over, stretch up. Ooh, feel some clicks. I hope you're feeling strong and empowered, and that you connected with one of the affirmations from today's meditation. I don't always connect with the affirmations I tell myself. Some days I feel emotionally weaker, more vulnerable, and I struggle to believe what I'm telling myself. But by taking 10 minutes out to do a positive affirmation for myself, I cut short the feelings of self-doubt, fear, anxiety, and I replace it with a narrative that's empowering and strong. Now I can tell you sometimes an hour later, I can be back into a place of self-doubt and fear. If I'm struggling with a project, I've had an argument with my partner, things can knock me back. So don't be afraid to take an extra 10 minutes and reconnect with your words. Reframe the way that you speak to yourself, because words can either build us up or break us down. Thank you for joining me for today's meditation. Please do follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple and Android. Give us a little like on Instagram, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thank you.